What's up my friends, it's me Day, and today's video is about Arena Commander, but more specifically, some advanced tips I've picked up in Arena Commander. The reason I'm doing it is because when I first started, I had no idea what I was doing because I didn't come from a flight sim background. I didn't know any of these keys, and it took me a while of actually studying it to get good. And now that I've learned it, I'd like to pass it on because it separates me from a lot of the new pilots out there. So let's get right into it. This isn't going to be very long. It's just quick and dirty, some of these cool tips I've picked up. So, coupled and decoupled mode. I know it's basic, but in case you didn't know, coupled mode means the ship's movement and direction is coupled with the nose. So where the nose is going, the ship's going to follow. Decoupled mode means the flight system will not keep the course of the nose. The ship is able to rotate freely without changing the direction of momentum. And you can strafe in all directions, is what that means. So to use it, caps lock will enter decoupled mode. Remember this though, you will easily be able to figure out WASD can move you in the different directions, forward, back, left, right, but Q and E will strafe you up and down. Whatever direction you're headed when you enter this decoupled mode is the direction you're going to keep moving. That's another thing to remember. So if you're headed straight, you push caps lock and you start strafing, you're going to keep continuing in that direction because you are in space. G-safe. So G-safe is G-force safety, right? Disabling the G-safe safety mode will turn off the blackout or redout protection that's provided by your ship. So I really like having this off, as I feel like it gives me much more turning control. But I do run the risk of blacking out. The thing is I find I can just make those, even if I black out a little bit, I can make that tight turn and catch my enemies. And the way you turn it off is control caps lock. Comm stab. Now comm stab is the final option you can turn off and on. What it stands for is command level stability. And what it does is slow the ship's velocity down during turns. So it assists the ship to limit your drifting that'll occur. So if you turn it off, it makes your ship do huge, large, sweeping, turning drifts. And I personally have not had a lot of luck with this, turning this off, but I'm sure there's some pilots out there who can better use this. The way you turn it off is control caps lock, but you hit it twice and it'll move down the menu. Another trick I use, and it seems to give me a lot of success, is I move power around my ship, specifically my shields. I don't mess with the weapons too much. I feel like they've got good power, especially on the 300i, but there's a way to do it using the menus and subsystems by pressing F3 and then using the 7 on your numpad. It'll bring you to the correct area. You'll see a flashing triangle. You can move it around to the area you want. I find that this takes way too long, especially in battle. So instead, I figured out I hold the right control key and I pressed on my numpad either 2, 4, 6, or 8, and that's the directions of the ship. So for example, I push and hold control and 2, and it'll bring power to my rear shields. But remember, here's the one trick with it. You have to push and hold it, and it takes a second. It kind of slowly moves power around. So I often am putting it to the back or the front. I'm either doing control 2 or control 8, just because that's where I seem to be taking the most hits. So just knowing those basic menu safety controls that the ship comes with and understanding how it works will give you a tremendous advantage over a lot of the other players. A lot of the guys are just jumping in and clicking and pointing and shooting. They don't know that they've used their flares. They can throw shield to the rear if another missile is incoming, stuff like that, or put it to the front in the first charge of the match to limit some of the front on. A lot of guys just ram, right? So I'm gonna end it now with a few other tricks that I've picked up that I think are really cool, that will help out a lot. Pressing the spacebar acts like an emergency brake. It can help you with hard turns without blacking out, so it slows you right down. And it helps with maintaining missile locks. As soon as you let go of space, your ship wants to go to a certain speed. You said, I want it to be at this speed, so it'll automatically speed up and get back to its normal speed. So what it can do is help you stop kind of and turn and get those missile locks. But remember, you're just a sitting duck out there. Scrolling the mouse wheel forward will zoom for you. And it's really helpful in getting those precise shots in. I find that I'll only use it like if I know the guy's gonna die and he's kind of limping, and I just zoom in and get that final 1-2 shot. Or if they're really far away, I'll try to use my cannons just to get a couple pot shots in. Another one I got is Control F changes your mouse controls to relative mode. So what it does is it keeps the crosshair locked in the center of your screen, so your ship starts to feel more like a controller or a joystick. I've used this only when enemies are right in front of me and I'm chasing them, as it gives me like this really good accuracy, I find. But it doesn't, like, it makes it hard to dogfight with. One final thing is I found the comma key tightens your radar orb focus, and it can be really helpful when you're dogfighting in close quarters to hit that. Anyways, that's all, my friends. I hope these tips and tricks help you out and give you some advantage over all the other newbie pilots out there. I'm Day. Stick around for more. Don't forget to subscribe. See you later.